Hello, Mr. Griffith. I have a question. The book Serpico, it says that you are the narrator for it. And I wonder, did you finish recording this book? Because it's not available. Every year in October, around October 15th, Audible tells me it'll be available next year. Did you finish recording this book? Are you in contract to record this book? Did they not pay you to record it? Where is this book? Did this production ever happen? I'd love to know. Thank you. Hi, is this... Hello? Is this the talent agency that represents Kalo Griffith?
Let me check the roster. Can you hang on?
Sure.
Calling, please.
Yes, sir.
And are you interested in using this client?
I have a question of whether he has a publishing discrepancy with either Simon Schuster or HarperCollins and Audible.
I don't know. I'm going to be able to answer that.
Well, I could ask you and then you could tell me.
Okay.
Well, I've been waiting for this. I'm just a regular customer. I'm not like an agent or anything. But I'm fascinated with like the 1970s and corrupt cops, and I love the movie Serpico. And the book, Audible book Serpico, has been promised to Audible for like 3 years. Every year in October, they'll say, "Oh no, it's being published next year." So I waited October 9th, like of the 11th. I waited like till 12. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get my audiobook copy of Serpico, and then I hit refresh on the page, and they told me it's next year. Now at this point, I'm just gonna read the book, but I was just curious, like, why that's happening. Like, did this production even get made, and now there's a problem with Audible? If I look online, there's like 2 CDs being sold in like very like odd libraries, like in the Midwest. At this point, I'm just curious, like, why isn't Audible ever, like, publishing this book? I bet you if I waited a year, it'll tell me, I'm sorry, it's not being published till 2024. So I was wondering if he didn't get paid or if there's some kind of disagreement.
No, I cannot answer these questions. I have no idea.
Do you think if I asked him, he would be able to answer that?
I don't think so. I think it's a publishing thing.
Would he know if it was a publishing thing? Or he wouldn't even know?
No.
He wouldn't even know. All right. Well, thank you anyway.
I'm sorry. I wish I could help you, but
Well, listen, right now it's just a project for me to figure out what the hell's happening, because I don't like, the book is only like $20. Like, I don't care. I'm like, what is going on over there?
yeah, I know. I hear where you're coming from. I like those Audible things too.
Yeah, they're great.
Okay. Be well.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
So here's an odd question. Simon & Schuster is the publisher of, Peter Moss uses Simon & Schuster to publish his books. And I believe Serpico was published under Simon & Schuster. I don't know if that's correct. So let me tell you a funny story. So I've been waiting for the audiobook of Serpico to come out for about 3 years. Every year around October, Audible updates it and it says, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to be next year." So excitedly, this year I waited on like October 12th or whatever it was. And of course, when I refreshed the page, it said, "Oh, this is going to be published October of next year." So, does Simon & Schuster, are they also involved in the audio production of Peter Moss's books? Is there anybody that I could talk to at Simon & Schuster that would actually know this kind of information?
So we are typically involved in that process. I don't have anyone that I can direct you to directly. What I can do is I can give you my email address, and if you want to send this request to there, to have someone I can pass it along and have someone reach out to you.
Okay, sure.
Yes, 2 P's.
Okay.
At simonandschuster.com.
Okay. All right. Next, I guess I'll call his publisher. But the audio version is usually published by Simon & Schuster, correct?
Typically, yeah.
So it's not like Blackstone Audio or any of those other. It's usually published by Simon & Schuster.
I don't believe so, no.
Okay.
Did you know we have a customer service website? Please ask your
Colin
representative
HarperCollins.
for the details and how
The book was
you sign
originally
up
published.
for the-
I have some what might sound like odd questions. Do you know if Serpico, when it was originally published by Peter Moss, do you know if that was under HarperCollins? Because I believe Peter Moss is currently under Simon & Schuster. But do you know that, is there any way that you can find out if when it was originally published, if it was published under HarperCollins?
Sure. What was the book again?
The name of the book is Serpico. It was later turned into a movie starring Al Pacino, but it's Serpico.
Okay, give me one moment.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, it did come up in our system that it was, we published it in 2005.
Okay, so, wait, the book was published in 2005?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I thought it was published earlier. I've been trying to buy the audio version from Audible for about 3 years now, and every year in October, they say you'll have to wait till next year. So I was literally excited. I was waiting on like October 11th. I'm like, okay, it comes out tomorrow. And when I refresh the page, it says, I'm sorry, it's coming out in 2023. Is there some kind of publishing conflict between HarperCollins, Simon & Schuster, and Audible that is causing this audio publication not to be released?
Give me one moment.
Sure. Should I speak to a supervisor or somebody who might be aware of this issue? Hello?
No, I'm just looking because our website, it does say, like, audio came out on October 13th of 2021.
Right. So your website actually says it was published in 2021, and that's what would happen to me every year. So it's published on Audible, right? Via Audible. Or is it a separate CD or DVD or whatever they have it on? I'd imagine CD.
Give me 1 second.
Sure. And just so you're aware, I know you guys, it says published in 2021, but on the Audible side it says it's not coming out till 2023. I don't even know if it's been in production, if anybody's actually sat down and recorded this thing, or they recorded it and then now there's some kind of rights issue or money issue that's causing it not to be released.
Audiobook is showing of October of 2023.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Somewhere there's a record of this, but Audible has had that book out to be published in October for 3 years now. I called before Audible, but I couldn't get a hold of the supervisor. Somebody at Audible knows that their website has been changed yearly around October, every single year for 3 years. So right now you just show it showing as October 23. You don't show any of the prior dates, right? You don't have like the computer isn't showing, by the way, it was supposed to be published last year and the year before that and the year before that.
No, it just says on sale date October 15th of 2023.
All right. I guess, all right, I'll try to contact the narrator. I think it's available in some places on CD, but for some reason it's not available on Audible, excuse me. All right, I'll get a hold of the narrator then, and I'll see what the story is.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
This is an unexpected charge?
It's a pre-order that just doesn't seem to be going through.
Okay. Bear me just a moment. Loading. I wonder, are you having the same issues as... so are you, like, having issues with, like, the downloading and everything?
No, I got that brought down. I've downloaded other videos before. That's not the issue.
Okay. Hold on just a moment. It's just loading for me right now. We
Sure.
seem to be having some system issues today.
No worries.
How's your day going? Besides...
So far, so good. I got a bowl full of meatballs and some pasta, and I'm just going to eat that as soon as I get off the phone.
You want to share?
Well, if I could send you one over the phone, I would. These are homemade stuff that I made. It's pretty good.
Oh, it sounds good. Do you have garlic bread?
I don't have garlic bread, and I'm too lazy to go to the store and get bread and go make some, so I'm just going to eat it plain.
I hear you. Sounds okay. So, I don't know what's going on. Are you sure it's not something I can assist you with?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Like, the issue is a bit complicated. So basically, for 3 years now, I pre-ordered a book called Serpico by Peter Moss. And the book was later made into a movie, whatever. So every year around October 11th or October 15th, Audible reminds me and says, oh, by the way, it's not going to be available for another year. And this goes on year after year after year. And I don't even know if this thing was put into production. Like, I called the narrator, I called his agent, but I never got a hold of him. So I don't even know if this was produced and could never be put on Audible. Like, I thought I found a library with a CD version of it somewhere, but it didn't have it available either. And then on its website, it said that it had been released in 2021. So every year it gets pushed off, and I don't know what happened to this production. I'm not even mad. I'm just curious. Like, I wondered if there was like a publishing issue. So I called Simon & Schuster. I called HarperCollins. They didn't really give me any info. I called Audible yesterday to speak to a supervisor. The person on the phone said there was nobody available. I know that Audible has to know that every year they change it to it's going to be available next year. So somewhere on the website, someone's actually changing it. So now on Audible, it doesn't even have, it used to have like how many hours and minutes it was. It's been updated to now it says no known how long the audio is. I am just really curious as to what is happening with this production. Is there a publishing issue? Is there an agent issue? Did somebody not get paid? Is there a copyright issue? I'm just wondering what happened. It's very weird, very strange.
Yeah, it's very interesting. That's the first time I've ever heard that before. What's the name of the book?
The name of the book is Serpico, Serpico. Now, if you look at it on Audible, it'll just say, going to be published October 2023. But Audible and its website has to know that it's been changed every year for 3 years at around October 11th through the 15th. Now, but I don't know if you have that kind of access, but you'll just see it there. It'll just say published next year, whatever. But I'm telling you that every year in October it goes, okay, it'll be released next year.
All right, let me see if because I don't think a supervisor would be able to. Maybe they will. I can get you over to a supervisor, but I think I know exactly who to call. It's okay if I try them first.
Absolutely. Who is this person? Does this person deal with like copyrights and stuff like that?
It's ACX, and they normally deal with publishing the books
Right.
on Audible. They have like the author's information to see what's going on with the particular book, or you can also, if you're a narrator, you can call them and see what's going on with your narration.
Oh, that's really cool.
So I'm about to let me call them and see if they have any information, and then if not, I'll just go ahead and get you to the supervisor.
All right. Now, if I wanted to, could I call, is it called ACX?
Yes, do you want that number?
Yeah, because, let me just talk to him. I'll just talk to him myself.
Okay, it's, the phone number is 888.
1 second, let me write this down. 1-888 396 6347. Okay. All right, I'll give him a call.
Okay, and I'll go ahead and send you an email the information. So if not, then just I would have called him, but if not, just definitely give us a call back. Okay.
Take care. Bye. I have a weird issue. I pre-ordered excuse me, a book titled Serpico by Peter Moss. It's about a corrupt cops in the 70s, I'm sorry. And every year around October, Audible tells me that, by the way, it'll be published next year. This has been going on for 3 years. So this October, the same thing happened. And so I contacted Simon & Schuster. I contacted HarperCollins. I contacted the agency that represents the narrator. I can't contact the author. The author has passed away. And I was wondering, is there like a publishing or a copyright issue with this title? I don't know why every year Audible just delays the production by it. I don't know if somebody was in the studio and actually recorded this piece and they're fighting over the rights, or if it was never recorded and the production never started. Because now Audible doesn't even have the hours and minutes that are in this production. It used to. And now it says time not known. And I thought there was like a CD version of this somewhere, but I don't think that's actually true. So I was wondering if you could help me out on the issue. The name of the book is Serpico, Serpico. It later became a movie starring Al Pacino. And the author is Peter Maas, Beter. I believe it's Maas.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'll be more than happy to help you with whatever information I can provide. In order to do so, may I please have the name and email on your account?
I don't have an account with you. I have an account with Audible.
Okay, thank you, sir. Just to confirm, we're not pulling up your account. Okay, so this information can only be given to the rights holder. We can't tell you what's going on with the production because that is personal information related to the production of the book.
Do you know who is the current copyright holder of this item?
Let me see if the information is available online. Just a second.
Sure.
According to the Audible.com website, they're known as Harper Audio.
So it's HarperCollins.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I cannot give you account names on someone's account. What I can tell you is that the publisher is known as Harper Audio.
Do you think you're not allowed to even tell me if there's some kind of issue with the copyright or why? Because I did pay for the thing, and I haven't received it in about 3 years. So where are my rights as a consumer to figuring out what is going on with my item?
Yes, I understand. We're sorry for the inconvenience. In this case, you can definitely call Audible and cancel the pre-order, and they'll return your credit.
No, I don't want to return the credit.
I can't reveal that.
Okay. Do you think a supervisor might be able to help me with this issue? I'm not mad. I'm not going to make you in trouble that you didn't give me the proper information. But maybe if I spoke to somebody in charge, they could give me some sort of clue as to what happened with this title. I don't want the money back. I'm just very interested as to what happened. Like, I'll just read the book at this point, like a regular hardcover book. I'm not going to wait another year. I'm just very curious as to what happened, and I did pay for it. I don't want the money back. I want to know what happened to my item. I understand if you don't want to get me to a supervisor because they could probably tell me the same thing that you did. But if you could get me in touch with like a manager or supervisor, I'll ask him the same questions I asked you. He'll probably give me the same answers, but I'm going to try at least.
Good, and how are you?
Not so good. Not so good. You see, I've been waiting for a while for this book. It's called Serpico. It's a very famous book here. It's about a corrupt cop from the 70s, and it's on Audible. So last year, they said it was going to be released in October, and the day that it was supposed to be released, they said, oh no, it's going to be released next year. So I've been waiting for 2 years for this book, and it was supposed to be released this year in 2022. And when I went to Audible, it said, oh no, it's going to be released next year on October 15th, 2023. Now, I don't know what's going on. If I gave you the name and the title of this book, could you see when the prior release dates were? Because the prior release dates are changing.
Yeah.
Now, the name of the book is Serpico. Now, if you looked on your computer, could you see that it was supposed to be released today and now it's been pushed off for another year?
Hold on 1 second.
It's Serpico. I'm not even mad because I guess I'll just read the book. I don't, like, if I could contact the author and go, is this book in an Audible production? Do you have a narrator who's with a microphone? Like, are you publishing this book on audio or are you not? Because every year at the time of publication, you push it off by another year. I don't know if this is a game that he's playing with his publishers where every year he pushes it off for another year. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I do understand how frustrating it can be, and I understand the book.
I'm not really that frustrated. At this point, I'm more curious. And I know you're probably not in a position to give me a lot of information, but I'm just very curious. I mean, at this point, I'll just read the book, I guess. I'm just curious if you could give me some information. You probably can't, and that's okay. But if you can, sure. I would be grateful.
Okay, so I am seeing it here on Audible, and it's told me that the length is not
year, actually. October 15th, as you said.
Right.
And
Now, can you look at the history that Audible had said before that it was going to be released this year, or does that not show? As far as you see on your computer, it just says 2023, right?
yeah, that's correct.
All right. Well, I know it's hard to believe, but I'm telling you that's every year they've been doing that. All right. Do you think a manager would be able to help me, or would they be able to see in the past if it had ever said that it was going to be released today a year ago, or Audible just probably has it for next year, and then probably next year they'll have it for the year after that? That's probably what's happening.
Okay, so you'd like to speak to a supervisor about the situation?
Again, yeah, I don't have any problem with how you're handling this call. I'm not mad. I'm just wondering if a manager could give me. I'm just curious at this point about what is going on.
Okay, just give me 1 moment.
No problem.
So I tried putting a supervisor on the line, and it's telling me that they're unavailable at the moment. But what you can do is you can call back within another minute or two to see if the supervisor is available to give you more information on this book, okay?
Okay, so when I call back, should I immediately ask to speak to a manager, or should I go through the whole story again?
So you don't have to just ask for a supervisor.
All right, I'll call back in like 5 minutes. And just to me, I've been waiting for this book for 2 years, and again, I'm not mad, I'm not angry. I guess I'll just read the book. But if I could contact the author and go, what is happening, I would be very curious to know what's going on. So again, I'm not angry. I'm just very invested in the book, and I was just wondering what happened. I'm guessing that he's ripping off his publisher, and he's just pretending that this book is going to be released in audio. I don't know if the author got paid. The narrator got paid. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like a very interesting case of events. So that's all I wanted to say. But thank you. You've been very patient, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and thank you for contacting Audible to enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye-bye. Hi, can I speak to a manager, please? Yeah, I called a minute ago, and they said there was no manager available at the time. They told me to call back in like 1 minute, and then somebody would probably be available.
I don't got any manager that you could speak with. I only have supervisor.
Okay, can I speak to a supervisor?
Could you tell me what the issue is?
There's a book that was claimed to be published that I've been waiting on for 2 or 3 years, and it never gets published. I'm not mad, not an issue. I'm genuinely curious, because there's a narrator that probably got paid for this. I don't know who, if the author is ripping off the publisher or if the narrator never got paid. I'm just, tomorrow I'm going to, probably call the narrator's agent and then try to call the author's agent. At this point, I'm just curious as to what's going on. At this point, I'm just going to read the book, but I was wondering if maybe the manager could help me. Because, if I told you the name of the book right now, you would just see, oh, it's not going to be released till next year. You won't see that for 2 or 3 years, every year at this time, they said, oh no, wait another year. So I was wondering maybe the manager could see that, they could see the change in that or not. So again, I'm not mad. It's not a big issue. Right now, I'm just very curious. Yes. Oh, so I'm not really allowed. I can't speak. If I said that I was robbed, would I be able to get to a supervisor? How do I get to a supervisor? Do I say, yes, I've been overcharged on my account. I want to speak to. Yeah, I'll say that. I was overcharged on my account. And I would like to speak to a supervisor. Can I speak to a supervisor?
You could call back tomorrow morning. You will get a supervisor, but right now I'm not getting no reason.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate your patience. Take care. Bye-bye.